Hi everyone and welcome back. My name is Arel and I hope you are doing well. For today's video, we are doing week 3 of my 52 list project. So the prompt that we have for this week is list the happiest moments of your life so far. And I honestly have to say that that is a really hard question. Considering remembering honestly, because I'm 32 years old and there's a lot of things obviously in my childhood that I know I felt happy, but I don't really remember that well. So some of the moments that I will be listing off and journaling about in this video are actually moments in my adult life and particularly that have happened probably in the past like 10 years. Yeah, I just wanted to do 5 moments that are pretty kind of like still impactful, you know, kind of still like guide me how I make my decisions in life, live through life and all of that, and just also feel grateful for these particular moments. So just to guys give you an update on how my journal looks. So I am doing the weekly insert for that, but for every week I do weekly highlights. So this is week 1 where I listed my goals and dreams and I did a bingo card, and then I have my highlights right here. And then for week 2 are my favorite fictional characters from movies, TV shows, and all of that. There's 10 of them, and I listed them off right here with some photos, and then this is my highlight section. So now I will be doing this week, and I will be journaling on this page. Let's take her out of here. It's just easier to journal with it out of the TN. And I like how it's been going so far, guys. I enjoy using my traveler's notebook. I am going to do a monthly update just to give a little flip of all of my inserts, not just this one, of how it's going. But for now, I will be doing the happiest moments of my life. I did list out 5, and I think that's probably what will fit in here. And like I said, just the things that are impactful to me, you know, even in my life right now. So let's get started. So here we are again with my awkward voiceover for this video, but we're keeping going, guys. Anyway, just putting on some washi tape right now. And just to kind of like preface, I did have a hard time for some reason kind of just thinking about 5 moments, because how do you just kind of pick little or tidbits of your life, especially if, you know, the more life you have, the more moments you have. I'm hoping, at least for most people, that there are more happy moments in their lives than not so happy moments. But I think these 5 today that I will be sharing with you are still really what I considered happy, and also just how it changed my life for the better, or like for how it is right now, I guess. So I thought about doing photos, but I think it's time to use my stash, and I'm picking out some stickers that I can use right now. I really love this album for these types of stickers, like from Daiso and all of that, from Jet Pens. I will link that down below. I might grab another one actually, because there are several sticker sheets that are just sitting around. There's no home for them currently. I'm still kind of in the process of picking out just some stickers, because I didn't plan this very well, and as you can see, I am talking in the video right now. I decided to talk in the video instead of doing a voiceover, but then halfway through I changed my mind. So I'm finally picking out some stickers right now, and I'm looking through my sticker flake-ish stash and I have this set that I got from Daiso. That's what I ended up deciding on, and I'm going to use like some of those little stickers on there just to have some deco. I will be writing more in this video than just having to list items that are answering the prompts. So now I'm going to write the title again for week 3, happiest moments in my life so far. And I realized that I wrote the word 3 instead of the number 3 because I wanted to keep doing the numbers instead, because as you know, the weeks go by, I'll have to write 52, like 2 words instead of just 5 and then 2. But I don't know, I was kind of out with it when I was doing this video. It was the morning before I had to go to work that night, so I was kind of rushing. I needed to take a nap after and do other things. A lot of my planned stuff kind of got derailed because one day I was absolutely useless with all my allergies. So here we are, kind of rushing, but still winging it. These die cut seal stickers is what they're called. I just got them from Daiso. And Daiso is actually one of those stores that if you need just these random design, obviously Japanese-esque themed stickers, it's really like the place to go. And you just can't beat the price. It's really cheap. And obviously, if you know, need more kind of themed stuff, there is also like online, but Daiso, tried and true, very reliable. So I'm doing these kind of like an icon stickers with different designs in them, and I'm trying to figure out how to best write the moment, writing at least figuring out what pen to use. The struggle is real, guys. I decided using this Sarasa, or no, it's not Sarasa, it's Uniball Signo. It's the glitter pens. What I didn't realize is that this does not dry the fastest, and that will bite me in the butt in a second. Here I am, fanning it, wishing that I'm blowing on it, wishing that I used a different pen instead, and here I touched it and it was still wet. I think I went on about a rant wishing that Sarasa would come up, like Zebra would come up with quick dry glitter pens as well. If they could have Sarasa dry in any color, in any type of pen design, that would be the best. I will be their #1 customer, because Zebra Sarasa dry is absolutely just life-changing for me, because I write quick and I am very impatient. I can't wait for ink to dry. So it's what I write with in my journal spreads, apart from my Coletto also. Like Pilot Coletto, the 0.4, it dries pretty quickly as well, but not as fast as the Sarasa dry. So now, what am I doing? I am figuring out something. I think I was gonna add like some other stickers or whatever. I was looking for the pen that I was just yapping about, Sarasa dry. So the first moment that I have here is finishing nursing school and passing the NCLEX, obviously, because that is a pretty big moment in my life. I am working as a nurse, and it is actually a part of my identity. And the things that I have gone through that led me to finishing and passing were a lot. Just a bit of a background, I am Filipino, and my family and I migrated to the US when I was 19. And before that, I was in nursing school and in the Philippines, and I already completed 3 years of school. But we had a deadline with moving, so we had to basically uproot all of our lives and move to the United States. I've had decisions where instead of staying and finishing school, I was advised by my family, who were already living here, that I can just continue on. I can transfer credits, all of that. So I had all those ready. Coming to find out that I can't continue. So I had to wait a year after we moved to qualify for in-state tuition. And when I finally started going to school, or applying to schools at least, the only thing they took from me was statistics. Not anatomy, not chemistry, because apparently those classes are very different in America. So I had to start all over again. I was basically in nursing school for 8 years, and yeah, it was a lot for sure. And obviously here I had to take student loans because, we're not rich, we're poor, or at least, new family, starting off in the US, kind of mid-lives, especially for my parents. And yeah, but looking back now, I'm glad that I did it. During that process, it was absolutely annoying, and I don't know why I even did that, but I guess I don't really see myself doing anything else, so that's why I did school twice. And me as a nurse now, I'm grateful for the experience, because nursing school here is definitely different in the Philippines. And also nursing in general, how nurses are treated here versus over there. I mean, we could honestly be treated better over here too, but it's actually way better in comparison to the Philippines, at least. So I'm finally writing what I just told you guys, but in a shorter form version. But to all my fellow nurses who are also planner/journal people, thank you guys for what you do. It's not the most lucrative job, but we definitely do what we can. Getting ready to write my next moment. Picking out another one of those stickers. I think I picked one out and then changed my mind and opted to go for another sticker. And this next moment that I will be talking about is something fun. And also I ended up using my Coletto instead for my pen. I don't know why I didn't just choose this pen to begin with, because I think I just wanted something bolder as far as the writing goes, but here we are. It's gonna look different than the first one, but we're just sticking with it and just touching it to make sure it dries, and it did. Way quicker than the freaking Signo one. But my next moment is I got to visit Japan. Japan is my first adult out of the country trip, and it was a dream come true, honestly. Going over there last year, it's been planned and derailed so many times now. I had a 1-month trip planned to Japan back in 2020, and then this little thing called COVID happened, and that kind of derailed a lot of things in my life, and of course, I know most people's lives. Going to Japan is, like I said, a dream come true. There's just so much to see, so much to do, and I went with my partner. We were there for a week, and honestly, it is not enough. I think a month is probably enough to see most of stuff, but not even to see the whole country. Absolutely. And there's actually like a part of me, and my partner and I were talking about this, that I would like to live there one day. If, you know, with all the things going on in the US right now, and what will continue to happen, you know, the last resort is me moving to another country, I would definitely move over there. I'm not really sure if nurses are treated good over there, but I mean, the whole country is so nice, and just the culture is just so different than how it is here. So I'm guessing that they are too. I'm not sure about the whole NICU and all that stuff, which is my field, but either way, like, I think I'll be fine. Maybe I'll just also find a different career path when I'm over there. But if I get to live abroad, living in Japan will probably be my first pick. And I just consider going to that country, and also going to future countries, is what I really aspire to do. I'm pretty okay with my career so far, with how I am with work. I mean, I want to do more eventually, but right now I'm just striving to work and save money to travel. That is the pretty much like gist of what my next 5 years are gonna look like, at least like what I intend for them to be like. Because for me personally, success means that I've gone to so many countries, that I got to experience their culture, got to see all their history, the sights, the food, and all of just the different experiences that you can get from going to a place that you've never been to before. Next moment I have is something a little different. I don't really consider it like quote unquote happy, but it's definitely memorable to a point that it makes me feel grateful every freaking day. And it's San Diego in 2019. So that was a trip that my family and I took all together, the 5 of us, my siblings and my parents. We have been in America since 2012, but we haven't really taken a trip just the 5 of us. It's always been with other members of our family. And this time it was my first year being a nurse, kind of have my finances at that point kind of together, and I wanted to do something nice for my family. So we drove out to San Diego and just had a weekend. We didn't really do a lot much, but there's this one moment that I will always remember and cherish, is that it was late at night. We haven't all gone to bed yet. My parents usually go to bed pretty early, but we were just sitting in the living room of the Airbnb that we were staying, and we were just chatting about just random things. It was so dark. We just had like candles lit up, and we just started talking about different things, about stuff about the past, like our lives back home in the Philippines. And it was just so comforting, and it just like warms my heart every time I think about it, because not all people are close with their families, and you know, with different circumstances that are surrounding that. But to me, I consider my siblings as my best friends, and my parents also, because I can talk to them about anything. Especially, you know, the older I get, I like talking to my parents. I like updating them about everything that's going on in my life and just sharing stories about random things. And we might disagree on some things, but I'm just glad that, you know, that bond like is there, and not many people have that. So I think it's that moment, it's a big reminder that I'm grateful that I'm close with my family, and that it's something that I will never take for granted, because my parents and my siblings are literally my ride or die. They will always be there for me. I know that, and I don't know, it's just, that makes me happy. Thinking about that when I'm like down in the dumps definitely makes me happy. My next moment is a little bit more for the nerdy side, and I consider it really as a core memory. I think I should have just changed this list instead of happiest moments to like core memories, but that's all over now. I can probably do my own journal spread for core memories. But my next moment is watching Endgame in the theater. So as you guys know, I'm a big nerd. I love everything Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, basically your everyday typical geek. But my family and I, we watched the midnight premiere of Avengers Endgame when it came out in the theater, and it actually did premiere around like midnight, or I think like 1 in the morning, 1 to 2 in the morning. We didn't get off until the sun was pretty much like rising outside. But those scenes, I don't want to spoil anything, but this movie came out so long ago, so I'm pretty sure everyone who wants to see it has seen it. The scene with Cap and Thor's hammer and the whole Avengers Assemble, I was crying, my siblings were crying, like everyone was cheering in the theater, and it was just such a cathartic moment. I don't even it was pretty awesome. It was pretty freaking badass that, you know, a group of people that you don't know, and I think it comes with any type of big event, whether it's like a concert or movie or watching something on a stage, and everyone just cheering and everyone so happy that you get to witness these moments. It was freaking epic, and it was just, I am so glad that I am a part of this fandom, and I am a part of this big group of TV/movie like nerds, and it just reaffirms that I'm proud to be a nerd, and I am proud to freaking geek out about things like this, because even up until today, I freaking geek out about that shit when I watch it all the time. So it's nice. And lastly, we are here in our final happy moment, and I really don't consider this happy, but definitely life-changing, is when I decided to leave in 2023. I got out of a pretty toxic relationship at the end of 2022, and it pretty much changed my life in a way that I didn't think that will ever happen. It was unfortunate that it happened, but the moment I decided to switch off my life, basically moving out of Arizona and started travel nursing, leaving everything I knew behind, it was definitely freeing. It was definitely a big moment that kind of dictated how I'm living my life right now. It's one of those situations where, like, you know, bad things have to happen before good things can, or good things can happen out of bad situations. And that's how I feel. It's just looking back on my life this past year or 2 years, 2023 and 2024, leaving that sucky situation has led to probably the best moments or best beginning of my adult life so far. And I am grateful for having to have the strength to leave because other people are still stuck in these situations and a lot of different things are surrounding them, or there's a lot of stuff involved. But when you're in that cycle of an abusive relationship, it's really hard to get out, and the only person who could get you out is yourself. It was freeing. It seriously is like the best word to describe like that experience, because I felt really crappy during the relationship, but then I also felt crappy with the thought of leaving. But then when I finally did, when something finally clicked into place in my brain, and yeah, getting over a breakup is hard and it sucks, but overall it probably was the best decision I've ever made in my life. And here we are. Here I am showing off all the completed spread. I don't know, I feel really weird about this spread for some reason. There's just a lot of writing, I guess. I didn't really expect to do this like in the video, but I am definitely going to be more prepared for next time for the next week prompt. But here it is. It's good. It's nice to look back on it when all the lists are finished. I am just happy that I get to reflect on all of this. And yeah, I think this video has gone way too long, and I hope you all also reflect on the happiest moments of your life so far. It definitely was a teaching moment for me to just appreciate all the good things. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye.